What's today? It is Tuesday, May the 23rd, y'all. 23 days of reflection, choosing me guilt free. Ow, faith walk, honey. Oh, no. Oh, we live. My cord fell. I got to plug my phone up, y'all. I got notes today. Look, I got notes today, honey. Because we going in. We going in today, y'all. We going to be talking. We going to be talking. It's going to get, ow. Listen. We starting today, y'all. We've been talking all month about faith, faith walk, faith walk, faith walk. What is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. It's your girl, Michelle Franklin, Miss Michelle D.I., honey, Miss Michelle Allen Franklin. But find me, boo, Miss Community Builder. Look me up, honey. I've been off in these streets. Out here giving you the information that you need, baby. YDI for divine intervention, honey. I know you thought that thing was a coincidence. It wasn't. Baby, that is God's divine intervention in our lives, honey, whether you believe it or not. Still true. God's divine intervention in our lives is real. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say it. I got my Invisalign in. Can y'all tell? Yeah, a little bit different. I'm trying to keep them in. Listen, we're talking about relationships, y'all. Relationships today. Relationships with yourself. And this is one of the things. This Invisalign is one of the things we're going to talk about a little bit later. Because I had to get it together. Community builder, Miss Community Builder. Why? Because, honey, I love bringing you all the good information. You know how your girl do. I can't keep things to myself. I'm not selfish like that. When I learn something, I know that thing is not just for me, honey. I believe that it is for all of us. So, yeah, I'm out here in these streets. Yeah, being the most authentic self that I could be. Why? Because all the crazy, the good, the bad, and the crazy that I've been through, yeah, Romans 8:28. That's what I do with the community, honey. I teach you how to Romans 8:28. Every situation. That means all things, boo. Yeah. Even that crazy from your childhood. Yeah. All that. Them crazy relationships, situationships you done been in. Yeah. It's all working together. Yeah. Listen. We ain't in no session right now. Book a session if you want me to tell you how it. I can't do everything on this. Listen, stay focused. Pay attention. It's not about you today. Book a session, honey. Book a session. Yeah, your girl got. I got appointments available. Yeah, go to the link tree. Book a session. We can't talk about you right now. We're talking about. I got this good information to bring right now. Okay. All right. Look, this is what we're doing. So all month long. We have been talking about faith. We've been talking about our faith and our faith walk. Why? Because my nephew committed suicide, y'all, last month. And so passed away last month. And for me, it is a hopeless situation if you have people, anybody that has done that, right? And so for me, the people that are left behind, my brother, my nieces, it's a helpless and a hopeless feeling. And so for me, I couldn't bring him back. I can't bring him back. We have to kind of respect the decision that was made. But what I can do is I can try to bring some light and some love to those people that are still here on this side of heaven. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Because again, any and every situation, I believe the good and the bad and the crazy, it's all working together. That situation has inspired me to go live every day for 30 days. It just happened so to be Mental Health Awareness Month. I don't think so. I think that's how God's perfect timing is. It's amazing to me. You know, it's amazing. Again, I don't believe in coincidences. Only God's divine intervention in our lives. And there is 1 out of 5 people suffering. I call it suffering in silence. You know, And you don't have to. We're embarrassed, we're ashamed, we have, all these things are things, the situations and things that have happened to us from when we were younger that we just can't quite get over. It gets so loud, the noise, you know what I mean? The noise, it gets so loud, right? Yeah. And so I'm here to tell you that guess what? I've had those thoughts too. I have. I had them when I was a teenager. I've had them in my adult life. I've had them just as early as last June, a year ago. Just they come, right? Sometimes you feel so like, when is it going to be over? How long? When is, you know what I mean? And it gets so loud because you just looking like this in your situation. You so tunnel vision. You can't see anything else. And then the devil is sitting here on your shoulder. That's what I call him. He's sitting here on your shoulder. All the negative self-talk. And so it's like it's a bullhorn in your ear because all you can hear, the positive is in your belly. The little light, Jesus, he's in there. But it seems like it's so far away. You can't hear it. It's like a real muffled little sound like this. You can't hardly hear. All you can hear is all this negative bullhorn, loud. You ain't nothing. You ain't never going to be nothing. Ain't nobody going to miss you. You ain't got nothing going on. You are a drunk. You're an alcoholic. You're a failure. You ain't got nothing. You ain't done nothing. You ain't going to be nothing. What is your purpose? Loud. But I'm here to tell you, honey, the devil's job is to get that bullhorn in your ear and make you believe. He creates these mirage situations. He'll make you believe that everything that he's saying to you is true. All that whispered and negative self-talk is true, and I'm telling you that it's not. That's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you that it's not. No matter how loud it is, at any given time, you have a choice, honey. Pluck that damn devil off your ear. Pluck them off your ear. Get them up off you. Get you some positive things in your ear. It's very important when you're going through this and you in this tunnel vision time where you can't see or hear nothing. I don't know when this is going to be over. It just feels so overwhelming. You need to get you some positive in your ear. Let's go to YouTube. You can just put in positive affirmations. Put it in your ear. You can put in positive. And guess what? Because it's going to be a time where you're going to be like, I don't even believe it. Yeah, I do that, but I don't even believe it. It don't matter if you believe it. Keep listening. Keep listening. Because one day, you're going to wake up and it's going to be different. I can't tell you when the day is. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you, it's going to last this long. I wish I could tell you. I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is that it won't last always. That it won't always be like that. That one day you are going to wake up and it's going to be different. You're going to hear something and it's going to, and you might have heard it before, but for some reason, when you hear it on that day, yeah, she right. Yeah, he right. Keep you some positive in your ear, honey. It is so important. You know what else you can do? Keep you some positive music in your ear, right? Keep you some positive music, stuff that makes you happy. When I'm getting up in my morning routine, when I'm in them funks, it was very important for me to wake up and have me a playlist that I listen to, make me happy, honey. I started off with the Clark Sisters, honey. You are my sunshine. You are sunshine. Yes, you brought the sunshine. It's not you are my sunshine. I feel like he is my sunshine, but it's you brought the sunshine. It is you brought the sunshine in my life, honey. When I was going through feeling this way, I'm like, yes. And she said, can I get a witness? I'm like, yes, I'm a witness. Anybody know Jesus? Won't he make a difference in your life? Yes, he will. Somebody out there is like, I don't even believe in all this stuff. I don't even know what you talk about. Jesus don't even talk to me. We ain't been friends. I've been going through this stuff. I've been going through since I was a little kid. He ain't done nothing for me. I'm going to tell you something, honey. If you still here and you still on this side of heaven, he did something for you. He woke you up. You still have the activity of your limbs. Somebody laying in the bed like, I don't have the activity of my limbs. You still have the ability to see. You still have the ability to hear. Somebody like, I can't see. Baby, what do you have? We so busy focusing on what we don't have. We so busy focusing on the negative things. What do you have that you can be grateful for? Because you got something. If you listen to me, you can hear. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 22 years. It's always amazing to me when I hear stories of people talk about, this person's music got me through a situation. Music is so powerful. What you put in your ear is so powerful. So you have to be intentional, honey. You got to be intentional about what are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Sometimes we've been talked so crazy to our whole life. Some people out there, that's all you hear is that negative replaying in your mind all the time. Understand, again, those are very intentional tactics. I call him the devil. That's what he does. He'll use our things from our past. He'll use the decisions that we made, stuff that we might not be so proud about, some things that we made. Honey, let me tell you something. The first time I had sex, the first time I got pregnant, I was 14. Oh my God. Yeah, 14. 14. I think about it all the time. You know why? Because my baby girl is about to turn 14 in 2 weeks, going into the 8th grade. I was going into the 8th grade. You know how much shame comes with that? Because guess what I did? I had an abortion at 14 years old. I made a conscious decision. Didn't nobody make me. I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. I made the decision. And then I had to sit with that thing. But I didn't deal with it. At 14, no. No, I ain't thinking about that. Nope. I went on about my business, honey. I went back to making my A's and my B's because that's what I was, a good Catholic school honor roll student that made a mistake. I had a crush on a boy. I made a mistake. I ain't had time to think about that. I got to go back here to making these B's. Making these A's and these B's. Let me clarify. Making these A's and these B's, honey. I got to get back on this honor roll. I got to get back in these books. I got stuff to do. Is that not what we do? We just push stuff down. We don't deal with it. We don't process it, right? We just keep it moving. We going and being and doing. That's what I call it. We going and being and doing, honey. We got to go to work. We got to go to school. We got to take care of these kids. Stuff happened to us. We don't process it. People pass away. We act like they ain't passed away. We act like we fine. We ain't got, I got time to think about that. Let me go. I got to go, do, and be. I got to go. I got to do. I got to be. For everybody else, except for ourselves, right? Yeah. And then you're sitting around wondering why your belly's sticking out here. I'm sitting out like, oh, my belly's sick. Because I'm stress eating, trying to go and do and be and act like everything is normal. Why can't I sleep? Because I'm trying to go and be and do like everything is normal. Yeah, I said something. Honey, it's time. I was going and being and doing so much. My big mama passed away. My dad passed away. I went back to work, trying to act like everything was normal. It wasn't normal. Life isn't normal after something traumatic or something significant has happened in your life. It's not normal. Why are you trying to get back to? It's different now. And guess what? That's okay. You have to figure out a way to navigate life on the other side of that thing. Now I got to get back to what I used to be, because guess what? You're not that person anymore. A part of you is gone. A piece of your heart is gone. That person is not here anymore. It's not the same. But we're trying to act like everything is fine. And we're feeling guilty about feeling some kind of way about it. So we just out here in these streets. I call it front. There ain't no future in your front, honey. Suffering. Trying to act normal. For who, honey? For who? Like, it's okay. That's why I'm here to say, honey, for 2 years, I walked around trying to just act normal. I was just trying to be like, I just wanted to be normal. And then some things happen, you just don't want to talk about it. If I just go to work, I just don't want to talk about it. And I understand. But guess what's happening when you're not talking about it? All those emotions and those feelings is showing up in your body. You wondering why your back is hurting, why is your neck hurting, why you always have headaches, why you got stomach aches, why you got reflux all of a sudden, why you got constipation, why you got diarrhea, why you got high blood pressure, why you have diabetes now, why is cancer developing in your body? Yeah, that's how it shows up, honey. That's how it shows up. Because we just holding it all in. You think you're not doing nothing to yourself? You are. You are. And that's what I didn't know either. Don't worry about it. I didn't know either. And guess what? As long as you're on this side of heaven, you still have time to do something about it. Like, it's not too late. You still have something to do about it. All of that ignoring that you're doing, all that acting like, pretending, guess what? It is a form of self-love to love yourself enough to process the things that we need to process, to be intentional about healing ourselves, to be intentional about our mind, our body, our spirit, and our physical, a holistic approach. Not just one little thing, not just one little thing. Be intentional about it. That's why we're here, honey. That's why your girl is here. That's why I've developed these programs, because, I was going and being and doing. And I said, you know what? After I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, my girlfriend Kiana, she says that she's a physical trainer with Wanna Go Fit, honey. Look them up. She's amazing. She's a physical trainer with and has her own business, Wanna Go Fit. She said, yo, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you'll change. You'll want to change. I was sick and tired. I'm like, what do I need to do? Everybody has their own regimen of things that work for them. For me, it was a combination. I prayed. I said, Lord, lead me and guide me, because what I'm doing is not working. I'm here to tell you what you're doing is not working. How's it working for you? Is it working? Are you miserable? Are you happy? What you doing? If you are feeling any kind of way, honey, if you are feeling any kind of way, I promise you, I have developed a program that will help you. I have a 7-day program. I have a 10-week program. I have a 12-week program. Honey, I have a group program. I have an individual program. I have a group and an individual program. Yeah. Because I had to come back and grab somebody. Yeah, Reflections Choosing Me Guilt-Free. Why? Because all of us people that are out there helping everybody else and not helping ourselves, it's not going to work. Mr. Young Van Zandt said it best, honey. She said, honey, you can't pour from an empty cup. Your well is dry, boo. Your well is dry. And you still trying to pour. You still trying to give. Why are you doing that? What you trying to prove? I mean, just dry as a bone. Honey, I would be still giving, and I would just be just so dry. And I'm still trying to go, ain't got no energy, but I'm coming. All right, give me a minute, I'm coming. All right, let me go over here. Oh, I'm so tired. All right, let me get up. What I'm trying to prove? I'm tired. You're tired. Sit down for a minute. Rest, honey. You're no good to anybody. Fill your cup, babe. Self-love. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about relationships, y'all. We're talking about relationships today. Yes. So in this faith walk, we've been talking about the things that affect our mental health. I spend a lot of the month on finances. You know why? Because I know finances are a huge piece, honey. We read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We talked about the 6 lessons that Mr. Robert Kawasaki's uh, father taught him. One of his fathers, or the lessons from his fathers, taught him. I'm like, where my book at? We talked about the lessons that his father taught him. Lesson 1, the rich don't work for money. Lesson 2, why teach financial literacy. Lesson 3, mind your own business. Lesson 4 was the history of taxes and the power of corporations. Lesson 5 was the rich invent money. Is that right? Lesson 6 was work to learn, don't work for money. Work to learn, don't work for money. Valuable, honey. If you can get the Audible, because I know if you're like me, you might not have time to actually read a book, honey. Download the Audible, honey. If you invest in Audible, I feel like that is probably one of the best little bit of change you ever want to spend in your life. You might not have time to read it, but at least listen to it. Do something different, honey. Let some things seep in your spirit. I would start listening to things as I'm sleeping, especially when I'm in a dark place. As I say, it's just always important. This is scientifically evidence-based stuff, y'all. You listen to things while you're sleeping and let it seep in your subconscious. You know what I'm listening to every night on a replay? I go to YouTube. It is a Psalms 91 and Psalms 23. Every night. It's 8 hours. And I got it on roll. Right? Where it's playing. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Yeah. Yeah. He is going to guide. He is going to protect me. Yes. Yes. All of the things. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Yo, I'm walking through the darkness all the time. I always feel like I'm walking through darkness. But I understand now that the light is in me. The light comes out, even when I don't feel like it. Even when I don't even know, even when I didn't know it was there, it was there. Even when I ignored it, even when I didn't acknowledge it, guess what? It's just like your guardian angels, honey. They're there, watching over you, guiding you, leading you. Sometimes God is a gentleman. You're like, why does stuff happen to me? Why has stuff happened? Because God is a gentleman, honey. He's not going to just invade your space. You have to invite him in. Let me say it again for somebody. Let me say it for people in the back, honey. You don't hear me? I said he is a gentleman, honey. He is not going to invade your space. You have to invite him in. So yeah, he's there. Best little stalker you ever want to have, honey. He's there. Lord, come into my heart, come into my mind, change me, Lord, help me, lead me, guide me, help me with patience, help me with my mouth, help me to understand, help me with this faith walk. Lord, use me. Lord, I want to know you better. Lord, give me the words to say. Lord, help to clear my mind. I promise you, if you ask him, honey, if you ask him. But you know what we do is we ask and then we still try to fix it, or we'll still try to do it. And we be like, why is it not working? It ain't working. See, I knew it wasn't going to work. But you done sabotaged yourself. Then you trying to blame God. Come on. All right. I'm done with it. Look, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Honey, today, so this month we have been talking about at the things that affect our finances, right? Excuse me, the things that affect our mental health. And so finances are one. That's why we spend so much time on finances. We have relationships that we are starting today. Relationships, situationships, and then we're going into unforgiveness. Honey, we still got to the end of this month next week, honey. So I said relationships. Relationships are so important. What is the most important relationship that you have? I'm wait. What you say? I can't hear you. What's the most important relationship that you ain't hear the question? Pay attention. I said, what is the most important relationship? What's the most important relationship that you have? Mm-hmm. No, your relationship with yourself. I heard you in the back. Okay, all right, I got you. Relationship with yourself, honey. Before your wife, your husband, your children, your mom and them, your daddy and them, your cousins, your best friends, people at your job. Mm-hmm. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship, honey. Yes, it's the most important. You are putting everybody else before you. That's why the name of my program is Reflections Choosing Me Guilt-Free, honey. The podcast, the 7-day, the 10-week, the 12-week. Reflections Choosing Me Guilt-Free. We don't even have a relationship with ourselves. Do you know what you like? Do you know what you don't like? Who are you? Who are you without being a mama, sister, brother, husband, my auntie? Who are you? What do you like, boo? What do you like? What do you like to do? What choices would you make if there were no influences, no outside influences? What would you do? Where would you go? Do you know? Do you even have an idea? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an important conversation. We're going to have it. We're going to have it. It is all part of self-love, honey. The relationship, taking yourself into account. I didn't do this for such a long time, y'all. That's why this thing is so important to me. I did not do this for such a long time. I always took into account everybody else's thought, everybody else's opinion, what I needed to do for somebody else. That all defined me. It made me feel important. It made me feel loved. It made me feel needed. I always, I'm a fixer. I'm a helper. I mean, it is who I am. It's just in my DNA to do it. But at the cost of what? Neglecting myself? If you are helping so much that it's gotten to the point where you are neglecting yourself, no, we need to look at this thing. We got to figure this out. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. So we got to talk about what is self-love. This is what it looked like. Because if you would have just asked me, like just straight out, just asked me, Michelle, do you have a problem with self-love? I was like, yo, you crazy? I love myself. What you talking about? Yes, I love myself. What? What are you talking about? But when I thought about it, after I started getting very intentional about looking at the things, mm, mm. You ever listen to something you're like, mm, maybe not. Zuri say you can relate, honey, baby. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. And then when I got intentional about looking, the depth of that thing, the depth of it, it got deep, y'all. We're going there because my job, honey, my purpose in this world is to go back and grab some other people. I can't keep this information. When I found out this is what was going on, this is what I was doing, I said, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So let's talk about it. Self-love, let's give it a definition. Self-love is the regard, respect, and care that individuals have for themselves. Here we go. It involves nurturing a positive relationship with oneself and embracing one's own worth, flaws, and strengths. Self-love encompasses various aspects, including emotional, physical, and psychological well-being. Zuri, what you say? You burnt myself out helping others until you became sick. Exactly. That's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. I got so sick one time. The first time I got so sick, I couldn't do anything but lay in the bed. I laid in the bed and slept for 3 days straight. I don't remember eating a meal. I honestly don't even remember getting up going to the bathroom. I remember sleeping, just allowing myself to rest. Because again, we're going and being and we're doing for everyone else. You got to fill your cup, honey. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm a helper. I'm a fixer BT, but you got to fill your cup. These are some key aspects of self-love. Number one, it is 6 of them here, okay? Number one is self-acceptance. What does that mean? It means accepting yourself unconditionally. We are holding ourselves hostage to our mistakes and our past and some bad decisions that we made. I told you about that pregnancy. I did not know because I was 14, got pregnant, had an abortion. I had no idea. I was carrying some unworthiness in my belly. Yeah. Again, if you would have just asked me, you got some problems with unworthiness? Yeah, what are you talking about? You crazy? No, I don't. But you know how I was showing up? In the relationships that I was in the situationships that I was allowing myself to be in longer than what I was supposed to be in. How I was allowing people to treat me. Yeah, that's unworthiness in your belly. When you don't speak up for yourself, when you allow things to happen to you, it's unworthiness. That's how it shows up. And it's not like I'm making a conscious decision to let somebody treat me, to let somebody talk to me crazy, to stay in situations and relationships longer. It's not a conscious like, oh, I did this, so I'm unworthy, so I'm going to just punish myself and be honest. No, it is very subconscious, honey. You don't even realize you're doing it. That's why you have to be intentional about what you are doing and asking yourself, why am I staying in this situation? Why am I allowing myself to be in this? It's a conversation you have to ask. Only you can answer. And then it is accepting, right? That I haven't always made the best mistakes. I was 14. I was young. I had a crush on a real cute boy. He was real cute. In my mind, it was just like from the first time that I saw him, and I didn't even crush on boys like that. But he was just up here automatically. Just automatically. And so for me, everything, when the little boy came around and was paying me a little bit of attention, honey, that was all it took. I was like, oh my God, I got to keep this attention. I'm going to have to do what the big kids do, what the big boys, what the big girls do. You hear what you say? Why is my thing acting crazy? Okay, you say yes, holding ourselves hostage due to guilt and others placed on us. Yes. Said I was 15, accepted never self-talk without knowing the effect on my life. And it always reverts back to childhood. That's why we don't even know. As adults, you're like, what do you mean? Oh, no. When you get intentional and you start looking and you start tracing that thing back, when I sat with that thing and I realized that I just turned 46, y'all. I've been doing this work for a few years now. So I was still 40. I was still just turned 40. You know what I mean? All of this long time. I've been holding myself hostage. I had no idea. It's subconscious strongholds. It's like invisible chains that you're holding yourself hostage to. You don't even know it. Because again, we're just trying to go and be and do. But when I got to a point where I can say, you know what, I made this decision. I made that decision. This is why I made it. I went to an abortion healing weekend because I had to get intentional about that space for me. Why did I make it? I needed to forgive myself, right? I needed to forgive myself. Self-acceptance. It's a beautiful thing. Embracing one's imperfections and understanding that they do not define your worth. Everybody has made mistakes. Everybody has done something that they're not proud of. Some people, some things, multiple things. I've done multiple things I'm not proud of. But guess what? As a mother, I've made mistakes. As a child, I've made mistakes. As somebody's sister, I've made mistakes. I've talked crazy to my brothers. I've made mistakes. I've done things that I'm not proud of, but I understand why I made them. I can go back and have the conversation, but I'm not holding myself like, oh my God, I'm a bad person because I did this. That's the difference. Number 2, self-care. Self-care entails just taking care of your own needs and your own well-being. Any activity that brings you joy, honey. Practicing self-care, setting boundaries is a part of self-care, and prioritizing your physical and your mental health. Self-care should be number 1 to me, but I think self-acceptance is. But self-care, honey, how long do we neglect ourselves going and doing and being for everybody else? I was always last on the list. If I had myself on the list, say I had a list of 5 things to do. If I had myself on the list and it got crazy and all of a sudden something had to be cut off, I was always the first to cut myself off. Why? Why? Oh, I can do that. Oh, I don't have to buy myself that. 1 year, I remember buying clothes for everyone else. I mean, took them on like elaborate shopping sprees. But I'm wearing the same shoes. I'm wearing the same 2 pair of pants. I'm wearing the same outfit. You know what I mean? Like, and I had to go back and I thought about that time and I was like I easily could have been in the store and picked myself up something. And it was almost like even when I was shopping for other people, my children is more what I'm talking about, my daughter, I would not even think, like I wouldn't even come into my mind. I wasn't even on the list. Put yourself on the list. Go get your toes done. No matter what. Go get your nails done. Go get your, what makes you happy? Go buy yourself something. Honey, for my birthday, I don't have all the money right now. Right now, I'm in a broke season. I'm in a broke season. But guess what? I went and bought me some hair. You know why? Because that makes me happy. I can't go get my hair done. But you know what? I can do this for myself. Listen, I cannot hit a drive-through. I'm not going to not pay somebody, but nevertheless, and sometimes I do. I have done that as well. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Them bills going to be there. I got to go do XYZ. I have definitely done that too. I don't recommend it because it's stressful on the back end, but nevertheless, do something for yourself, honey. Self-care, that is the point. Number 3, self-compassion. Self-compassion. It says self-love involves treating oneself with kindness. Just like you talked about that negative self-talk and those words. It's treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and understanding. It means being gentle with oneself in the times of failure or setbacks and offering support and encouragement instead of self-criticism. We are our worst critics. We are so mean to ourselves. It is though. You ain't gonna do what you want to do. What you want, you ain't never gonna be. How you doing? Why are you doing that? What you trying to do? You going live every day? Ain't nobody coming on watching you. Why you want to do that? You going back to school? How you gonna go back to school? You can't afford to go back to school. What you talking about? How many things, right? How many negative things can we say to ourselves? And for some reason, that is very loud and constant. They say it is like thousands in the midst of a 24-hour time. There are so many thousands of thoughts that run through your mind. How many of those thoughts are you thinking that are negative? Give yourself some compassion. Show yourself some compassion. Give yourself some grace, honey. There are no perfect beings on this side of heaven. I just want to let you know, the person that you think is the most perfect person, like, I don't know, you see somebody on TV, you see church, whoever it is, whoever that person is that you look up to the most, guess what? They got flaws too. Yeah, they ain't done everything right. No, they got stuff that yeah, they got stuff too. Everybody has something. So give yourself some grace, honey. You've made some mistakes. Everybody has. Everybody has. Number 4, setting healthy boundaries. Lord, if I didn't need to learn this, setting healthy boundaries is a part of self-love. You don't have to allow yourself to be talked to in any kind of way, to be treated any kind of way, to have your emotional state jacked up. Because again, you're holding yourself hostage to some unworthiness in your belly. So you're feeling subconsciously like, oh, I deserve this. I deserve this behavior. No, you don't, honey. You don't. Nobody does. Self-love involves setting boundaries to protect your emotional and your physical well-being. This includes saying no. Ooh, that into the O, honey. Sometimes you feel so guilty about saying no, don't you? Oh my God. But sometimes it is very critical. If you're tired and you need to rest, sometimes you need to say no. You can't do everything. You can't go everywhere. It's going to make you feel some kind of, it's okay. Say no. You can't do it. You tired. That's all right. Say no to the things that are not aligned with one's values or needs and establishes limits in relationships to acquire mutual respect. People are going to run over you. Sometimes they ask you because they know you're going to say yes. Oh, she's going to always do it. Zuri going to always do it. We know she's going to do it, so go ahead. Go ahead. So she's going to do it. It's all right. We know she tired. Oh, my God. She looked like she about to. But we know she worked last night, but go ahead. So she'll take us anyway. No, I'm tired. You know I've been working. Don't take advantage of me. Right? That's my thing now that I'm trying to instill in my girls and especially in my baby girl. Don't take advantage of the people that help you, that you know are going to do for you. Don't do that. Don't take advantage of people that love you. Don't take advantage of people's love for you, right? Just because I can do it and I will do it, don't mean that I should be doing it, right? If you know your mama tired, let your mama rest. Yeah, because I'm going to take you and I'm going to do some things for you after, right? Sister, brother, cousin, friend, like all of it. Husband, wife, like all of the stuff. Stop taking advantage of the people that you love. Set healthy boundaries, and then got a nerve to have an attitude, right? Say, child, they get mad and lash out when you say no. Yes, exactly. And then you got to sit up and wonder why. I'm wondering why people, I couldn't understand the ghosting thing, right? Why people just disappear, you know? And I was like, it's because people will make you so uncomfortable for setting boundaries. So now this generation, honey, they don't even try to explain. They just don't respond. I don't come from that generation. I'm a 77 baby. I don't come from that generation. I'm going to respond. Whether I feel some kind of way about it now or not, I'm going to respond. Because my thing is too, if I can do it for you, I will. But if I can't, know me enough to know that if I could do it for you, I will. If I can't, I can't. I feel just as bad about it as you. But I can't, right? And that's okay, is what I'm saying. It is okay. Number 5. Personal growth is self-love. Personal growth is self-love. I tell people this all the time. Like, if you are the same person that you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, people try to make you feel guilty about growing, about being in a different space, about wanting to do something different, about wanting to be in a different way. I used to drink, I used to hang out, I used to smoke. Okay, I don't want to do that no more. I want to focus on something. Oh, you think you all that? Because I want to go to school? Because I want something better for my life? Because I want something, I want to leave some legacy, some growth? Okay. Okay. I'll be that then, right? Personal growth, self-love encompasses a commitment to yourself. Personal growth and self-improvement. It means acknowledging one's strengths and weaknesses and actively working towards personal development and fulfilling one's potential. This is me. I know that when I was younger, I was very snappy, right? I was very snappy, and it depended on, who I was talking to or what. Sometimes I would say it right, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would cuss, and sometimes, you know what I mean? I knew that was something that I needed to work on, the way that I respond. It's not what you're saying all the time. It is how you are saying it, right? And for some people, sometimes a lot of times it's the people that we love, they get the shorter end of the stick because they know you. You can be yourselves around them. You don't have to pretend. So you really being nasty to the people that you love. I had to check how I respond to my mom. I had visions of me. My mom would be trying to help me, wake me up, trying to get me ready for work. And I'd be like, Mom, right? In my 20s, Mom, all right. That's disrespectful. She trying to help you. What's wrong with you? Like, I had to have a conversation with myself. We take people for granted. What are some things that you are doing that may not be so nice that you need to check? Don't nobody need to tell you your behavior, how you responding, or what you doing is wrong. You know. Like, because when you do it, you feel some kind of way about it. Or you might be like me, and I flash back. I can't respect my mom enough at this point. I can't tell my mom thank you enough. I can't tell her I love her. Honey, you scroll down my page enough times, it don't matter about his Mother's Day. You won't see a post about my mama, because I'm like, I feel like there have been periods upon a times where in my little teenage mind, I might not have thought that I was being disrespectful. But guess what? I'm not a morning person. I don't like to wake up. Like, I know that about myself. Does that mean I have to be disrespectful to the people that love me? It doesn't. You can be better, right? You say you had to prepare for your morning behavior. Girl, it's a whole thing. Like, I'm just like, and what's crazy is that my girls are like this. So I have to tell them, especially my baby girl. I'm like, look, put some music on, because music makes us happy. Put some music on. It shifts your whole attitude, right? You don't have all of the stuff. You have to know yourself. Nobody needs to tell you. Nobody needs to tell you your flaws. You know what they are. Number 6, authenticity. Honey, this is huge. Authenticity. Self-love involves embracing and expressing one's true self. Who are you? Who are you? What do you like? It means honoring your values, beliefs, and desires, and living in alignment with them rather than trying to conform to others' expectations. Let me tell you something. If that ain't the number one, baby, all these could be the number one thing. But being who you are authentically, not allowing yourself to be shifted, because sometimes people are going to want to do something different. Sometimes people are going to want to do something different than what sits with you. If you feel it ain't sitting right in your spirit, no, y'all, I'm good. I'm a pass. I had friends. I remember when I decided that I wasn't going to drink anymore. I didn't have a conversation with anybody about it. I didn't tell anybody about it. It was just me and my spirit. I didn't want to drink, right? Because I was divorced early and I had started drinking. And I didn't really realize that I was drinking as much as I was drinking. But hindsight, it scared me, because prior to my divorce, I mean, I would have a drink socially or whatever, but it wasn't like that. After the divorce, I was drinking to forget. I was drinking to numb the pain. I was drinking. Do you want to drink? Yes, I do. What you want to drink? What you got? I didn't care what it was. I didn't care. It was, again, masking the pain, right? Thank you, Yuri. Jura. I said Yuri. Thank you, Jura. It is, I was masking. And so I was just like, I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to, I could still go out. And so I would just be the designated driver. It didn't change who I was. It didn't stop me from dancing on the dance floor. It didn't stop me from laughing, from joking. It didn't stop me from hanging out. I was just like, everybody getting a drink? Nah, I'm good. Or if I decided to drink, I'm drinking because, and me and my best friend just had this conversation yesterday, I'm drinking because I want to have a drink, not because I have to have a drink, right? There is a difference. There is a difference. Again, it's aligning with who I am. It's aligning with what I feel. It is not me conforming. Oh my God, everybody is drinking. I need to have a drink. Let me go ahead and drink because everybody else is drinking. No. So it makes a difference. Be who you are, because guess what? We already got a Beyonce. We already have a Kevin Hart. We already have a Tyler Perry. We already have, right? We already have all these famous people. People are modeling themselves after, right? We already have whoever it is that you're looking at trying to be like. We don't need that person. We need you to show up, because everybody has a gift. Everybody has something, I believe, that they are supposed to bring to this world. What gifts do you have? What are you supposed to be bringing? Because you got to show up authentically. If I decided to show up and put my hat on and be Oprah, guess what I'm not doing? I'm not reaching the boys around the way on 21215, honey, Queensbury and Park. I'm not reaching those boys because they don't know Oprah. They know me, right? I'm teaching from the perspective because I got to go back and grab the people in my community. I got to go back and grab my brothers. I got to go back and grab my cousins. I got to go back and grab the people that I love, the boys in the hood. That's who I need to go back and grab. And I need to go back and grab any and everybody that comes across my way, because guess what? It's 8 billion people in this world. So somebody is crossing your path. It's not a mistake, boo. God doesn't work like that. God is not a just because God. It's that DI, honey. It's a divine intervention. What is your purpose? What are you bringing? What gift do you have? We need it, right? We need all of you to show up every day as you, what you got. But I need all of what you got today. I need all of your beautiful personality. I know it's different. You ain't supposed to blend in. You wasn't meant to blend. Baby, please, you don't fit inside no boxes. Ain't no box big enough for you. Are you serious right now? Why are you trying to fit inside the box, baby? You don't fit inside no box. Like, come on. You ain't fitting inside no box. You ain't no box big enough for you. Thank you, honey. That is my thing. People are always like, oh my gosh, when I first decided to speak, right? I remember my brother was watching me on it. I was being interviewed on this show. And my older brother, watched the interview and he said, wow, so you just going to tell everything, huh? I said, yeah, I am. Because I believe the good, the bad, and the crazy are all working together. I'm a Romans 8:28, any and every situation. And anybody that works with me, that comes and joins one of my programs, guess what we're doing? The good, the bad, and the crazy, we're going to